Trump says he won't drop out of 2024 race if he's indicted. Former President Donald Trump said Saturday that he would not drop out of the 2024 presidential race if he were indicted in any of the federal and state investigations he faces. "I wouldn't even think about leaving," Trump told reporters at the Conservative Political Action Conference in Maryland, where attendees named him their favored presidential candidate shortly before he took the stage. Trump is facing a number of investigations that include several criminal inquiries. Prosecutors in Fulton County, Georgia, have been probing the effort by Trump and his allies to overturn Georgia's 2020 election results, while the U.S. Department of Justice is investigating the attack on the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, as well as Trump's handling of classified material after he left office. Trump remains defiant in the face of the ongoing probes and on Saturday argued they've weaponized justice in our country. Trump has refused to commit to backing the 2024 Republican nominee if it isn't him, and on Saturday also said he has not decided whether he would sign the loyalty pledge Republican National Committee Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel is requiring of GOP 2024 candidates to participate in the debates. "There are probably people that I wouldn't be very happy about endorsing that are running, so we'll see. I think some of them, I won't use names, I don't want to insult anybody, but some of them, I would not be very happy about," Trump said. During his speech at PAC on Saturday, Trump said Republicans must change our thinking on early and mail-in voting after GOP losses in 2020 and 2022, a dramatic reversal after years of falsehoods about those forms of voting being rife with fraud. Trump said Republicans moving forward must try beating the Democrats at their own game. "That means swamping the left with mail-in votes, early votes and election day votes," he said. What Trump didn't mention, Republicans had long excelled at those tactics. But he spent years attempting to convince conservatives that early and mail-in votes could not be trusted, handing Democrats a massive advantage that was on display in President Joe Biden's 2020 victory and in Republicans' underwhelming showing in last year's midterm elections. He cited Kari Lake, the Republican who lost the Arizona governor's race. Printer errors led to delays in some parts of Maricopa County on Election Day. All voters' ballots were ultimately counted. Trump, while overstating the problems, said some Lake supporters did not wait in longer than expected lines, costing her votes. "We have to change our thinking, because some bad things happened," he said. His remarks came during a nearly 2-hour speech at PAC in which he made the case that he can deliver conservatives' retribution against Democrats and establishment Republicans. His remarks concluded the slimmed-down PAC gathering, held at a convention center in Maryland just outside Washington, D.C., as the 2024 presidential race begins to take shape and several high-profile Republicans prepare their bids to block Trump from winning the party's nomination for a third consecutive cycle. Trump said he will steer the GOP toward a more isolationist posture, a position that puts him at odds with his former United Nations ambassador, Nikki Haley, who has already launched her 2024 bid, and several other potential Republican presidential contenders. "We are never going back to a party that wants to give unlimited money to fight foreign endless wars but demands we cut veteran benefits and retirement benefits at home," Trump said. He asserted that Biden is leading the nation into oblivion and other Republicans would not be able to correct course. "I am the only candidate who can make this promise. I will prevent World War III," Trump said. He took aim at several specific Republicans, telling the PAC crowd the GOP is never going back to the party of Paul Ryan, Karl Rove and Jeb Bush, referring to the former House Speaker, former George W. Bush aide and former Florida governor. He also criticized Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell and Utah Senator Mitt Romney by name. Trump also suggested, as Biden had in his State of the Union speech, that some Republicans have argued for reforms to Social Security and Medicare as part of efforts to cut spending and reform government. "We're not going back to people that want to destroy our great social security system, even some in our own party. I wonder who that might be, who want to raise the minimum age of Social Security to 70, 75 or even 80 in some cases, and who are out to cut Medicare to a level that will be unrecognizable," he said. Trump is popular at the annual conservative gathering. He was the first choice of 62% of CAC attendees who were asked who they preferred as the GOP nominee in 2024. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who did not attend this year's event, finished second with 20% sup.